everyone, and welcome to Legend of the Stoned Owl. We like to call it LOTSO, and my name is Chris.
I'm Justin.
I'm Alan.
Hey, boys! Welcome back to LOTSO. All right, guys, we've got a big show ahead of us. Now, we've got a couple of news items. One that's kind of an interesting new development in the Kinect adult industry innovations
The Kinect
area.
hacks.
Yeah, the adult industry has some innovations we're going to talk about regarding the Kinect, and there's also some Mass Effect 2 news that's rather interesting. But after we talk about that stuff, we're going to get into our 2010 best and worst segments. We're going to have the stuff that was kind of a bit of a disappointment, and then after we get that kind of bad taste out of our mouth, the show's going to wrap up on a nice, sweet, candy-like flavored note of the successes of 2010, at least the ones that we had our hands on. Yeah?
It sounds good.
Now, before we do all that stuff, though, what are you guys playing this week?
I've been playing Prince of Persia, Warrior Within HD.
Ooh.
Okay, now that's an older school one, so you're not talking about the one that just came out.
No, they redid it. It was that game that was only going to be released in England and the UK and everything.
Right. Oh.
They made the trilogy, and they're releasing them out individually.
On the PlayStation Market?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
How's it look?
It looks exactly like God of War collection did, just cleaned up, same thing.
So it's not a 2D scroll, it's a 3D platformer?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's
That's
the
pretty
game
cool.
that Assassin's Creed made me wish was good again.
Do you remember how much it was?
$15, like 16 something after tax.
See, that kind of stuff, that's what's making me want to get a PS3, is how they're doing all those remakes and stuff. Like what they did with the God of War and then Prince of Persia, and then what else were they?
They're doing Sly Cooper.
Mm.
Then they're doing the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Those two.
When?
They're about done, I'm sure, but I think Sly Cooper's already out.
How much how much would you say time-wise you spent playing?
Oh, I got it like 2 days ago. I had just heard about it because I gave up on it when they said the UK.
Oh.
And then I figured, you know what? I'm bored. I don't have any games. Let's see what's out.
Interesting that you're back on the PlayStation, actually.
Well, if the Xbox... Dude, I've said that a lot, I think, on this show maybe, not just off of it, but... I believe that the PlayStation is far superior to the Xbox, but there's something about the Xbox so dumbed down and simple that makes it so easy and better. It's like whenever I play the PlayStation, I feel like
I don't know, man. I mean, so the PlayStation 3 has the cell processor and it has a Blu-ray drive.
It's not even that. It's just the settings and how you can tweak it.
Oh, yeah,
Putting
that's
in
nice
your
too.
own hard drive and
That's
everything.
nice too. Yeah.
Wirelessly copying AVIs or whatever, movies to your hard drive.
It's nice that it comes with built-in wireless too. The new S does too.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You can't transfer.
Oh.
You can't just copy videos from your own server upstairs through your router
Down
into
to your Xbox.
Yeah, you can do that with the PlayStation,
Right.
no problem, and it is slick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to be saving up and getting one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It just makes sense.
Rikai in the chat room, chalks it up to Xbox Live Arcade being so well done, and the PSN being total garbage, and that's true, dude.
That is true.
I don't like the PSN. I don't like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they have good things in there with all this Prince of Persia stuff coming out finally.
Agreed.
So yeah, dude, there's good and bad, and I wish there were just one system that did it all. But the PlayStation should be far ahead of the Xbox, but it's not for some reason.
I know they keep trying to work on it. Maybe
Is it
they'll
like
get it.
like a lesser extent of the Wii? It's, the PlayStation can be, you can dive into that thing hard, and there's all sorts of crazy things you can do to it. Then the Xbox is a little simpler, where everything's clear cut and
Pretty much.
big boxes and everything. Then you jump into the Wii, and it's just, turn it on and play the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Interesting.
And I think you see the levels with the price as well, because, I think that's what's keeping a lot of people back, is that the PS3 it's expensive.
It's not that bad anymore, really. It was. And I'm sure that won a lot of people over at the beginning. You buy a $200 Xbox now, you can get a $300 PS3, I think is the lowest price you can get them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really enjoy console games, you almost end up just getting forced owning at least the 360 and the PlayStation 3. And then likely you have pressure to have the Wii too. And that's just the reality.
Well, now that they're coming out with those games like Donkey Kong Country and that kind of stuff, like it makes me want to have a Wii. Like I would like to play those games in the new Super Mario Brothers because I've always liked those games.
Those the new Metroid game, the new Mario game, and the new Donkey Kong game.
New Metroid games suck supposedly. Bad ratings.
I still want to try it, and I still want to get it on a Wii.
But I want to play it in HD.
I know, that's the thing. It really bugs me that I feel like the Wii just... let's not get into it.
Yeah.
We've got a big show ahead of us. So we've got a ton of stuff to talk about in this episode. So let's just... You guys, let's jump into the LOTSO news. It is time for the LOTSO news segment. And our first story is kind of an interesting one. So buckle up for an interesting little story here, folks. The Xbox Kinect has had a lot of independent development. I don't know if I'm actually going to go as far as call it hacking, but people have created drivers from scratch on the PC side under Windows and Linux and I don't know about the Mac. And you plug in there and the Xbox 360 detects as a USB device and identifies itself. I mean, the Kinect, I'm sorry. And they're able to take the images from it and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, they've been making games and stuff. There's one with like shadow puppets and things, and it's a lot of cool stuff.
So, as the adult film industry is known for doing,
Ruining a perfectly good thing.
they're promoting and pushing technology forward with the Kinect. Now, a story comes out that using these open source drivers on the PC, you will be able to take your Kinect that you now own for, say, like your Xbox 360, hook it up to your PC, download their software, and, well, actually, we've got a video of it if you're watching. It's full control.
It's pretty funny.
The environment, and I don't want to get this kicked off of YouTube, but basically there is a avatar representative of a female that you would select, and then you enjoy her as you would please.
Now,
using
see,
your
what I
hand.
want to know is that, like, if a lot of people have a problem with this, like, what if there was also, like, a guy you could choose? So, like, all of a sudden you're just, like,
What I want to know...
I'm connecting the hell out of this guy.
This game's it's not done yet. Let's wait till it comes out to give it a full review.
Because we got to find out if it has multiplayer for sure.
Some co-op action.
Nice. Now, before we completely before we jump completely off topic, I gotta say, sorry, I want to talk about the reaction to this, and that is that I don't have a link to it, but Game Informer is covering the story. And as Game Informer will sometimes do, is it's sort of an editorial approach to the news, and will there be some opinion.
They have a very high opinion of no matter what they're talking about.
Yeah, if they say it, it's gospel.
And now their coverage of this article has been kind of...
they said it's it's perverted. They call the guy that's on the video a perv, and that the game is creepy, and that it doesn't need to happen, and he's gonna go take a shower and clean himself of all this.
Now this is interesting because if you go to their website, they also at the same time have these shots of these calendar girls up on their site.
The Earth Defense Force game. It's like a calendar from the game and everything, where they're all sexy and ready for battle or whatever, and they were talking about how great it is. And, the calendar will keep us warm all year. Ugly bugs and hot women. Are you sure you don't want to join the Earth Defense Force? So they're all for the calendar and looking at the hot girls. But then if it's like, I don't know. I mean, the game's weird and stuff, but I think it would be hilarious.
So Game Informer's kind of being...
It's like pick a side.
They're grandstanders. Totally, dude.
hypocrites.
Yeah, dude, they constantly shove their foot in their mouth, and I can't.
Aren't you both guys pretty big Game Informer readers?
Oh, I look forward to it every month.
Only because
It's both subscribers.
people
Yeah.
have the people, I don't know, they have a lot of pull, dude. They can get anywhere. They get everything first. They know things before you're supposed to know them. Before regular, IGNs and stuff know them. They got a lot of pull. And they get good articles, and they get good. I just don't like their opinions. They're so damn opinionated with things. I just want information. I don't give a fuck one way or another what they think.
Can you give me an example?
Well,
Your other thing that you were saying, how they were talking about Oblivion, or not Oblivion, but
Oblivion, yeah. They not Oblivion, but they announced Elder Scrolls V at the Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
And then the article head read, and Game Informer says the Spike Video Game Awards show confirms what we already knew. And then it says,
"Oh, I hate it when they do that."
Yeah, and then it says next month on our cover is going to be Elder Scrolls V.
Just to sidebar, just to compare this to technology, because this just bugs the crap out of me. Anytime like somebody thinks like that Steve Jobs is going to fart in January, there's like rumor sites about it. And then when Steve Jobs does actually fart in January, they do that same crap. Like, we called it back in November that he was going to fart in January. And they do like this self-congratulatory patting on the back. Like, yeah, you called a rumor that made good sense. That like...
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, well, yeah, no duh. Eventually they're going to come out with a sequel. Like, why wouldn't they? There's no reason why,
Yeah, you called the obvious.
Pick a date.
Yeah.
Then I'll be impressed.
Right.
Pick an exact release date.
All right. You guys want to change the topic over here to the Mass Effect story?
Sure.
So we were talking about the... excuse me. So we were talking about the PlayStation 3 a little bit earlier in the show.
And how it is better.
Well, were we? I guess we
Well,
were.
I mean, like in a lot of ways, it seems a lot better, and this is one of those ways that makes it seem a little bit better.
Yeah, so the story we're covering today comes out of joystick.com, and it's kind of an interesting angle. So Mass Effect 2 is coming out for the PlayStation 3.
Finally.
Finally. Says it includes 6 hours of bonus missions, but also
God damn.
improved graphics, which is interesting. And how they achieve the improved graphics is such. This is a quote. "We actually created the engine for Mass Effect 3 and used that to make Mass Effect 2 on the PlayStation 3. So we took all of the content, the story, and all the other assets that made up Mass Effect 2, and we put them into the Mass Effect 3 engine." And that comes from producer Jesse Houston. He says, so when you're playing, so now when you jump in to Mass Effect 2 on the PlayStation 3, it's going to be created using the capabilities of their new engine.
I think that's cool, but at the same time, now that you're playing Mass Effect 2, when you play Mass Effect 3, there's nothing really to look forward to as far as like graphics and upgrades and stuff.
It's got to be better, though. They're just putting it through the engine, right?
Yeah, I think, because you still got to have all the art assets that it can be recreated to take advantage of what the engine can do. So it's only going to be, it's probably like lights and shadows are going to look
It's
better.
like how the Unreal Engine's gotten better and better over time.
This is the Unreal engine.
Okay.
This is
That
the Unreal. Their Mass Effect 3 engine, I believe, is based off the Unreal 3 engine.
But it does totally sound like they're just going to, run it through a dishwasher, be like, boom,
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3 engine.
But you took a little jab at the fact that it's finally coming out on the PlayStation 3. Personally, I think this takes a little salt off that wound.
Dude, I was just going to ask that question. Is, to both of you, is it worth it to wait for a game to get bonus material out of it and get it just a little bit better? Or do you want to jump on it right away and have it before everybody else does?
It depends if you want to be involved in the social experience.
Now, see, with how I am right now, not with this game, but say it was Fallout or something, I would not want to wait, for like a slightly better graphical upgrade and some DLC that I could have
6
gotten
hours
already.
of bonus missions?
But
I don't know.
Can't you download? Is that available as DLC already? I mean,
yeah,
that's
I'm
kind
not
of,
sure about that.
That's kind
maybe.
of what I had figured, but I wasn't sure.
Well, and who knows, right? I mean, that's always crap anyway.
And if not, then you got to figure, well, I can just wait, and eventually those bonus missions should come out as DLC. Normally.
I gotta say though, if I hadn't picked up Mass Effect 2 yet for either platform, and being that I do own the 360 and the PlayStation 3, I would now buy it for the PlayStation 2 Or I mean, I would buy it for the PlayStation 3. Or absolutely.
Unless, of course, your save was on the Xbox 360.
Oh, interesting. Right.
You know, as I read it too, it really, you know, it didn't seem like it had that big of effect on the way the game turned out. You know, it was just kind of like I don't know, a novelty more than
Oh, okay.
something that was shaped the game. It's like I'm pretty sure they reference a few things right off the bat, but then it's going to be Mass Effect 2. How much extra do you think they put in?
Yeah, I know. Here's why I wanted to really talk about it, though, because I think this is the first time I can recall where a game where it comes out late on another platform goes through the current engine. Like, I think this is the first time we've ever seen this.
Yeah, because I was just thinking back to San Andreas. When that came out, it was on the PlayStation 2, and back then you had to wait like 6-7 months for it to finally come back out on the Xbox because PlayStation had those exclusivity deals. So you remember that, dude?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why every Grand Theft Auto I played on the damn PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Because I wasn't going to wait until I got the 360.
Also, it speaks of a amazing technical achievement that they can take the code for the Xbox 360, which is compiled for the Xbox 360 for its different video architecture and different processor, run that through their system, through a different engine, and then output the code necessary to work on the PlayStation 3's system.
At the same
and I'm
time,
sure they had to work a lot on that.
If they already
It's
have,
still
if they already
crazy.
have the code written and it's a similar engine, to me it almost seems something as simple as, well, to them, copy and paste.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking, too, is do you think they'd put a bunch of time and effort in re-releasing a game that everybody already bought?
It seems more like, hey, we have the possibility of doing this, so we're just going to copy and paste.
Well, there's a poltergeist in your studio, dude.
Did it fall?
No, the light just turned out.
And then it shook.
It shook.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah,
I heard it.
Go look at it.
I thought it was just the light kind of dying, but I heard it.
Yeah, just croaked, dude. Just croaked. That light had its time.
Well, I guess that...
It's weird.
Let's end the news and go check this out.
Okay. We're going to go see why the light just had this weird move thing that it just did in the studio.
I'm scared.
But anyways, I guess we'll wrap up this news segment, and let's jump now into the LOTSO graphic. All right, gentlemen, it's our wrap-up of 2010. I love this time of year because I know sometimes it's a little cliche a little bit to do these end-of-the-year episodes, but these end up being sort of like our record of thoughts. And so to go back to them in a year and play them back and then kind of see how we stacked up and see how things kind of look from that perspective is going to be a lot of fun. So I like to record this episode kind of with that in mind. You know what I mean?
I'm going to be eating a lot of shit this one, dude.
All right. So with that said, let's get the bad stuff out of the way first because we're going to end on a good note. And here's how we'll frame these ones up. These aren't necessarily bad games, but they're ones that pass through the filter that we thought would be better than they turned out to be. So these are like the biggest disappointments, the ones that just didn't quite deliver. Now, gentlemen, what's your first one you want to talk about?
Crackdown. Oh, no, I guess APB is what we were talking about first.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember reading about it, and Justin and I were really excited about it because it had crazy character customization and everything, and it just kind of bombed.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even have to play it when they took out, or they did, I don't even know if it was in there in the first place, but no leveling.
Yeah, even a simple kind of bullshit leveling system would have made it.
And the tease of it coming onto a console. I mean, that had everything going good for it. And I was probably going to try it on the... I don't know, it just looks like Grand Theft Auto MMO. That's what it looks like. But then at the same time, it's just running, driving, and aiming a gun.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's any sort of meat to this game whatsoever.
Yeah, it did have a lot of potential, didn't it?
Especially with the character the character creation system. It was crazy.
Because I like cars, dude. I like having... They can customize cars, all sorts of logos.
Oh yeah, no, I got into the beta and I spent a lot of time just building my character.
I love that stuff, dude. I get I get a kick out of it every single time, creating something that
You
has
were gonna
some
say
depth.
what? You get a what?
A kick out of it.
You get a
He gets a
Blast.
boner.
A blast. I get a blast, but that was not the right word.
Boing.
Nah.
Eh.
Alan.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to get your hands on this game?
Nope, I didn't. I did not, because when, like Justin said, there didn't seem to be any real point in playing it besides creating a player, and then that's about it. You run and do a couple missions, and it seems like you're doing a lot of the same. So it was just, I don't know. I had a lot of hope for it, but it fell short of expectations.
Yeah, and that was one that I think I don't know. It just seemed like it was a flare. It flared up. It like was a blast. All of a sudden, here it is. Boom! You can play it, and then it just was like, oh crap, this sucks, and it fizzled out. Just like
It fizzled, too.
Yeah. I mean, it was
It got totally, like, what? It shut down on itself, right?
Oh yeah, I mean they said it's getting brought back. I've heard there's rumors going around that it's it's being bought and everything like that, but unless they add some kind of structure to it, it's still not going to have any interest to me.
And I totally agree with the fact that it looks fun. It looks really fun.
yeah. The chat room says like, oh, the videos you just showed, we like.
Yeah, and it seriously does look like a blast, but it is just so shallow.
Yeah.
Word. Shallow is a great way to put it. All right, guys, let's move to our next one. What do you got?
Crackdown 2. This game sucked the wind out of my sails.
It looks pretty cool. It looks a little Tron-y, actually. I just went and saw Tron last night.
Yeah.
It was the first game wasn't great at all, but it was great.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because what your whole entire objective is you go to a boss, take him out, and then you go and cripple his ammo supply, you go and cripple his car supply, and all that kind of stuff. And super jumping all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Building
basically
to
like
building.
a superhero. Yeah, but then you at first you can't jump as high, and then you collect orbs and stuff, and then you start jumping higher and higher and higher.
But the first one was simple, but it was the first one, so you didn't really. There's no story whatsoever.
No.
And then the second one, they
Fly cam.
they took things out of it. It didn't. It was bad.
It was even more disappointing for me because it came out when I was in Alaska. And so I called Jess. I'm like, all right, how is it? Tell me all about it. Yeah, I know, because we were all pumped for it. And he's like, dude, it sucks. Don't even bother getting it. And like hearing that with how excited we were, it was just really?
You were like, wow, I wanted to look forward to that.
Yeah, but if he wasn't getting any if he told me that, like, not, because there's been a lot of games where it's like, I'll let you borrow it. But he's like, it's not even worth borrowing.
This game was co-op mania. So much fun. And this is downloadable stuff, right?
Wait, no, hold
This
on.
looks amazing
how
right
come this
now.
is not even, how do you mean this is not even worth getting? This looks like it's fun.
Well, if you played the first one, okay, I guess we should, say that. And this is all multiplayer type of stuff, too. This isn't game things. I mean, this is...
Yeah, this is just fun messing around in the world.
But they did a lot of... God damn, I wish I would have... Seemed like holding on to the game for this, the Toy Box DLC seems kind of damn fun. Looking at it now, but... I mean, the game itself, coming out of the stores, could have been DLC for the last game.
Oh.
It was, you got to repeat the same 9 things each time in the story. And you do that, then all of a sudden, game's over, nothing else. And you don't even know what the hell just happened.
Gotcha.
And one of the cool things in the first one was like all the cars. And as you level up, the cars level up with you. And as Justin informed me, they do not do that this time around.
Yeah, you hop into a car and a transformer around you and, adapt to your skill. So if you were the highest skill,
Cool.
your car got guns and started changing a little bit. It was only select 4 cars or something,
But it made it look badass.
yeah, you hop in a car and it changes and you just fly off. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
They
And they took
out,
they took it out.
No.
So, I mean, I'll probably pick this up again, but it was just disappointing to what
man.
it could have been.
Sorry, guys.
With the DLC, dude, I might give it another crack for the co-op stuff, but I like that kind of stuff they had in there with cars with paddles on their tires, pretty much, that they can cruise on the water, drive up walls type of thing. I like that kind of stuff. They had little jetpacks in their feet, like Iron Man type of stuff. So, did he have jetpacks in his feet? Or
Yeah.
okay, okay. I
And
don't
his
want.
hands too.
Yeah, he shoots with the hands, flies with the feet. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think he kind of stabilizes with the hands too.
Yeah, he's got little jets on the palms.
Iron Man's a turd. Let's move on.
Have you not watched the Iron Man movies?
No, they look cheesy.
They're good.
All
All right, now let's talk about this one because I agree about this next one.
What, the Iron Man sucks?
No,
yeah.
BioShock 2.
Oh.
Lay it on us, guys.
Well, just after playing the first one, the second one, I played it through. I enjoyed playing it. But yeah, compared to the first one, it was lackluster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was
There were
more of the
parts I
same.
liked, and there were parts that I did not like.
It was a lot more of the same. A lot more of a good. It was a good thing. It was like a good tuna noodle casserole, and then it's like it's really good as leftover, especially if you have a New Wave Oven Pro. And then I'm just saying, guys, the New Wave Oven Pro reheats some tuna noodle casserole, and it's still really good. But maybe you wanted spaghetti. You know what I mean?
Right. It just after playing this, it's like, all right, I'm not counting this as their next one is the Infinite. If the Infinite is not good, then
Infinite. After seeing Infinite,
oh,
after seeing what, what's his name? Ken
Levine.
did with the first one,
Yep.
and then seeing what he's probably going to do with the next one, it just totally makes you think that BioShock 2 was just the biggest piece of garbage. They tried to continue a story that was pretty much
Done.
yeah. And then after that, it just seemed tagged on.
Yep. Tacked on.
And I didn't even give the multiplayer a try, which they had a whole big deal about that, and I didn't even care.
I am a little worried about BioShock Infinite though. If I have to sit there and truck that lady around me the whole time, I'm probably not going to buy it.
Chat room was excited about it.
Because it looks amazing. I just hate having a companion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Unless it can somehow improve the game, like the actual gameplay mechanic. I don't know. I've tried to think
Normally doesn't, but more and more I've heard that it's getting better and better, so maybe one day it won't even matter.
Well, like in Stowe, sometimes you play by yourself, but most of the time you have a companion of 4 other AIs. But you can use them strategically, like you can place them and give them different abilities and stuff, so it kind of works.
Yeah, see, I like that stuff, but I just like being by myself. I like having to worry about myself. I'd rather than put that depth into me.
I hear that. I absolutely hear that.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, what else you got?
This one I'm using as a transition because it's a disappointment, but with good hopes for the future. It's the Kinect. I don't know.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I mean, just with what the games came out, it wasn't, I haven't played it in a couple weeks, and I still will, but, if people come over, I'll play it, but that's about it. The games just aren't there yet. With that said, when it came out, I was all about it. I love it.
Yeah,
and
that's why I was so
I'm
surprised.
still really excited. I do not regret the purchase, but I just wish that there was a couple better, like, one,
Well, you guys were
good.
really enthusiastic.
Yeah, I just want one good solid game.
Yeah.
Like something that's just not an arcadey, like fire it up, play it for like 10 minutes and you're done.
Can I just say that's why I didn't buy it?
Yeah. But it's still so much fun. And with
I
that
love
porn game coming up, man, I'm excited.
True.
Yeah, it
that.
seems like the better fun to have on a Kinect right now is on the PC.
Yeah.
I saw some guy playing Mario with his Kinect. Super Mario 1. Running in place and jumping.
What?
See, why couldn't they do something like that? Have a game like that? Someone did it I don't know. Just do something like that, and where it would tire the hell out of you, but it would be a lot of fun.
But you expect at some point, like probably by June of 2011, to be enjoying it quite a bit.
Yes.
I just cannot stand how they will show you games that aren't even released, that might not even be real.
In their demo videos.
Yeah. But then,
That's
then
real right there.
Yeah, then they started showing this one, which is this is actually just a commercial for the Kinect Sports. But it's, like we said, it's like Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Cooler interface, way cooler interface, but
Better
I just
graphics.
want a game. I want a real game to play. And
Yeah,
so
I want
I'm
something
really
that's going to make me want to come back. I almost finished Kinect Adventures, though. I played I trucked through the campaign a little bit.
See, that's awesome. I didn't. So I'm excited for it, and so it was a disappointment and also a good one. Looking forward to it. So I think with that, we should probably start talking about the good games.
All right, let's talk about some good games, guys. Yeah, I like the positive stuff. I like that. What's your first one you want to talk about?
Well, this is my personal super game of the year, but God of War 3. I've heard me talk about this, but it was the most beautiful game I've ever seen.
Even watching it, it's one of those games where it's fun to watch because it does look so good and it is so brutal.
It's one of those games that gets you excited to get the cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, that is good. Yeah, that is true. Now, when you say beautiful, do you mean in its imagery or do you mean like in its overall design? Or
Well, I guess both, but I was referring to the graphics.
can you give me an example of a gameplay mechanic that you think makes this game good?
The combat, dude, fighting, all the different weapons they had, that like this stuff. This is the goriest stuff in the world. It's just some of the things they made me do in this game I regretted doing. I felt bad for doing. There's a time where you got to press both wiggle sticks in, got to click them both to do a double thumb gouge on somebody into their eyes.
Nice.
Yeah, it made me feel a little unhappy with myself, but they actually nailed the other weapons this time. Usually, it's just the Blades of Chaos, and that's all you want to use. But they actually made, what were they called?
No, he's doing it right there. He's doing it right there.
Ripping out the eyes.
Oh, that's not even what I was talking about. But yeah, that's disgusting too.
And
So
it just
two
goes in and
examples
does
right there.
those transitions like that.
Yeah, it's really good with little button mini games. The graphics are amazing. I'm pretty sure they use all in-game engine, and it is insanely beautiful. It's a game that you would like to play one day. It's a game that there's no choices. You just go through the game and do what you do and let the story tell itself.
And, I like that.
Especially for you, because I know how you don't like to have too many options, Chris.
Well, yeah, because if I feel time constrained, then I'm always rushed, and then I'm always worried I'm missing something.
Rip his head off.
Yeah, I would like to try it.
I know that's another reason why I want a PS3 is so I can play all the remakes and everything like that. Because
So that was an impress.
That's the reason I have a PlayStation 3 right now.
okay.
and that's the
Can I honestly say I didn't think this next one was going to be on the list?
This game was a surprise only because I didn't expect much out of it after hearing about it.
Splinter Cell Conviction.
It was good.
Yeah, I haven't had any fun with the Splinter Cells before because
Too slow?
I was not slow enough for the games at the time. I'd probably enjoy them now. That's a series. If they redid that series and redid it in HD and stuff, I'd totally play it. I'd totally
Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
would totally give those games.
You want
another-
to try them slower now?
Oh yeah, because
story,
I didn't
dude.
have the patience. I didn't want to sit down and play for a couple hours. It's like, if I can't get this through this one part in like a half hour, then screw this.
Right.
And so, I would always get found because I just want to kill people. And I didn't get that, you had to be sneaky. It's like, well, screw this. I'm a badass spy. I'm going to kill everyone.
Right.
And you don't play it that way.
Right.
So this game,
It
was a little
mixed
bit of
them-
both.
Yeah, it mixed everything up really nicely.
No, I think that some of the old original hardcore fans a little upset.
Yeah, it had me upset at first, and that's why I was kind of standing off this game. But then I heard about the co-op, which was good.
Oh, did you guys do co-op?
we did a little bit of it.
Yeah,
Not that much.
I mean, did you play it at all?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
And,
We played a couple of the missions.
And how was it?
good. I played it with.
And it impacts the
Ryan.
main storyline?
It kind of, not really, but it's its own little story. And then there's the
Oh, I don't like that.
well, it's just a story to give a story. It does seem really, really extra.
God, why are they always such girls about that? And I don't mean to make that like girls like in a bad way.
But I don't see what the problem is, because normally it's like you don't even need to care about the story. So, yeah.
As long as you don't bore me with it and make me have to sit there
Yes.
and watch some long drawn out.
Because I want to invest in my dude and what he's about.
But then co-op doesn't make sense because you can't put
True.
It's nice just putting these two random characters in that they have their own stories together rather than Sam
Because you're a
Fisher.
spy. Yeah, right.
Because at that point too, you got to figure how you're gonna make his story match in with the multiplayer. Because a lot of people play
what
multiplayer
if one of his
first.
dudes? What if one of his dudes was like? What if his like lieutenant was a human? So when you co-op, just one dude can
Was
be
it
the main
human?
guy.
Like a? Are you talking about like another player?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a team with him, right?
No, I kind of like this one better. You know, I honestly don't mind the co-op mode where they just tack in another one. You know, like in the cutscenes, yeah, only show one. But then, you know, then when you're playing the game, yeah, there's 2 Sam Fishers or whatever. Like, that honestly doesn't bug me as much as it seems to bug everyone else.
You know, honestly, doesn't bother me either.
I just like I don't know. I hate it because you got these kind of characters where they're not about their faces at all. And why not just have customized characters that you can make yourself?
Right.
So I love customization.
Oh, well, yeah.
I know you want that more, but you take it either way.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
All right, what's next on our list, guys? Unless I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's pretty much all I had to say about that.
This is probably going to get Game of the Year by a lot of people.
Yeah, we got to talk about Red Dead.
That's another thing too. So I'm pretty sure Game Informer gave God of War a 10, and they gave Red Dead a 9.75. And if they end up giving Red Dead Game of the Year, dude, I'm gonna shit my pants.
It would be something they would do.
It would be something they would do, and I'm waiting for them to do it because it's the popular vote to get Game of the Year this year.
Well, I mean, come on. And we have the distinct memory and privilege of having both Carlos and Laszlo on the show that were involved with the production of Red Dead.
No, this game was fantastic, dude. It was great, but
it was just too big.
It was fine. Everything was perfect about this game, and I'm all for it getting Game of the Year by everybody, to be honest. But if Game Informer does it, then they can shove their heads right up their asses because that's what they do anyways, dude. It's bad. But
well, I don't understand why.
Why? Because they gave a game a 10, a score they don't give out to nobody, really, and then they give Red Dead a 9.75. The rest of the world starts saying Red Dead's the best game, and they just kind of get, go with the popular thing.
Yeah,
there.
they should have,
stick to your guns.
They should have to pick, like, okay, here's the games that we gave.
They can't take post-launch factors into consideration for their final game of the year, like the DLC content. Or
the DLC content wasn't worth anything. I mean, it was more gimmicky than everything.
Except the stuff that just came out.
The zombie stuff?
Yeah.
That's gimmicky because it has nothing to do with Red Dead. I mean, it takes away from... I don't know. I love Red Dead. It was great, but it's just going to make me mad if Game Informer flip-flops on
I hear
that.
you. Yeah, absolutely. I follow what you're saying.
That game was deep, though. The story was one of the best ever. Way better than Grand Theft Auto 4 by a long shot.
We should have come up with a rating system like cupcakes or something.
Cupcakes? 2 cupcakes?
Yeah, we should have given a game oh man, this game was definitely like a 3 cupcake game. That'd be like a good game. Because, if you have like 4 cupcakes, that's like probably as much as you're ever going to want to eat in one sitting.
So the more cupcakes, the worse?
No.
We make that game eat 5 cupcakes.
No.
You're going to hate cupcakes.
I'm just saying that's the good. We'll go there for the max. And then 1 cupcake is not, so 1 to 4. 1 to 4 cupcakes. But you can also be like half a cupcake.
Well, yeah, we should have done that before we started.
Yeah.
Because now we're just about at the end.
All right, what's next on the list?
Skate 3.
Whoa, what?
Fun. Just because you didn't play it, it was great. Great community.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Were there
community.
player-authored parks?
Yep.
Tons.
Oh, okay.
Ryan made tons of parks.
From Northwest Goofballs.
From Northwest Goofballs made tons of parks.
And so then
Even Justin made a pretty sweet park.
Hell yeah, I made a park.
Do they look like what we're seeing on the screen right now?
No.
It's more like in a warehouse.
Well, they got different they got
okay.
different places, but yeah.
Right, that makes sense.
But you can make them however you want to. They come out with DLC that's pretty decent if you're really into this game. They come out with more things to edit with. They come out with more parks to skate in, more little stupid missions and everything. But, dude, Alan and I played the multiplayer a couple times. I played it more with Ryan, but, the times Alan and I played it.
It was fun.
It's like, it was fun because we played with 3 other guys we didn't know. And we couldn't hear, we could hear them actually.
Yeah, we could hear a couple of them.
And what we did is each one of you would do a trick over or something, and you try to get the highest score, and you'd only get to watch the guy whose turn it was. So everybody in the room was all or laughing or
like
everybody
I
was just
kept,
having
I
a
kept
good time.
falling and I didn't get the timing down because I was kind of laggy that night and I suck at the game, and so everyone kept laughing at me and trying to help me out and stuff, but they were being nice about it. It was really
It was a
nice.
really, really good community game.
That's cool. You know, I really actually can totally dig on that. When you have a game, when you have a game that has a good, solid community around it, it really does add value to it. I follow your logic there. All right, and now I think we have one left here on the list.
2 left, actually.
We do.
Yeah. And
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about now. Do we want to talk about this one, or do you want to?
we'll talk about this one first.
Okay. All right. Let's.
This
jump into
this
it.
isn't necessarily. We understand why it's not the best game, but it was one of our favorite games.
Spent a lot of time in it and gonna spend a lot more time in it.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
They done a good job hooking me. Bethesda does a good. I'm playing Oblivion again too at the same time, and I hated Oblivion the first time because I didn't understand it. And now that I played this and understand how a good game is supposed to work, dude, I'm all about it.
Really?
Yeah, Bethesda does good games. I like their take on the RPG.
Yeah, it makes me want to get into more of the games that they've made.
Yeah. I follow your logic.
Because you know, like I played Oblivion and
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a lot of fun, but I didn't think I'd ever go back to it. And now with Justin playing it, it's like, oh, I kind of want to. But you know, Fallout just more of the same, but in a very good way.
And it was buggy as hell, and I know
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but it didn't bug out too much to make me like it. And I understand why people are pissed off at it, because they did release a faulty product, but what was underneath all the faults is pretty good. And I was just able to look past all that stuff.
When we first started talking about it, you didn't have very many bugs. Did you experience more bugs as you progressed into the game?
Freezing, yeah. A lot of freezing. That's the only, not actually a lot, but you know, any freezing's a lot now in games, right? You know, you shouldn't- you don't-
Oh, absolutely. You're paying $60. It should be the damn box should be gold laced, in my opinion. In fact,
Yeah, dude, it froze and it drove me crazy, but you know, as long as you start learning how to work around it, save often, and
I guess the PC version had more severe bugs.
that's what I think you just told me today, and it makes me happy.
But it is nice because, like you said, you know,
Wow.
you learn to save all the time, and they let you save whenever the hell you want.
They really do.
So
You can
that
save
is
in the
really
air.
nice.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got the last one on the list. I just glanced over, saw what it is. I'm really, really glad you guys put this on here. All right, gentlemen, lay it on us.
I guess Minecraft.
Yep,
I haven't played it in a couple months after Fallout came out because my life was ruined by Fallout.
But
I
game
had-
changer.
but for like a week or two, our lives were ruined by this game.
Dude, I was putting like 6 hours a night into this game.
Oh yeah,
I don't put that
easy.
much time into anything in my life, dude.
I brought over my laptop and I would sit upstairs in Justin's little
You guys built
in
an
his
amazing
office.
world.
And yeah, we just built a LOTSO paradise.
We set up a couple of well, now we have 2 Minecraft servers. One's private, where your Lotso Palace is, and then there's a public one. And you can go over to JupiterColony.com to get information on where to find that. But you guys built and dug and did corridors and
Blew
did
things up,
underground
and
layers
dug and found lava and water and found the bottom a bunch of times and kept digging. And we went on a boat ride for hours. and went to Rikai's like magical island. It was crazy. We had a really good time one night.
Do you guys expect that you'll go back to this game?
Yeah, I see it coming up soon. I just, especially with all these updates they've been getting, or not updates, but like mods, right? They've been cleaning it up a lot. So I'm excited for this game again. I still am.
Oh yeah, I mean,
No
actually,
issues with the graphics?
I was
No, dude.
no, it's cool. I was actually in the airport and I was on the Wi-Fi, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fire it up, but it was too slow, so it was just enough so I could be like, hey guys, anyone here? And someone said, yeah, what's up? And then I'm like, oh, this sucks. I can't even move. So peace.
Bummer, dude.
But still, even just to load it up and see like the
Yeah.
little world that we created just for a second, it was like, oh, dude, it's nice to be back.
It is a little Tron-like, I gotta say.
Everything's Tron-like.
It actually really is the Tron like. They go
We got to get you to watch something else that'll be more like that.
They go into a computer generated game world.
Well, yeah.
But
This
all right.
game was really Moulin Rouge like.
You know what we did, which is really cool, is they linked our Jupiter Broadcasting IRC chat and the Minecraft IRC chat.
Yeah, you guys got all fancy with that stuff.
So it's neat, so people can watch our live stream, but play the game or vice versa, and still chat between them. It's neat. There's people in there right now. So, like Dr. Kaz is in there right now.
Dr. Kaz has been in there since the beginning.
All right. So Minecraft, do you think is probably your top pick for 2010?
Maybe not top pick, but it is.
It's definitely up
It
there.
innovated.
You console little lovers picked a PC game.
Not as like the top, but we definitely picked it as a game, yes.
I can see the quality in things. It just needs to be simple enough for me to use.
And he was able to easily map it to his Xbox controller.
Yeah.
So
dude.
he was, to him, it was like playing an Xbox
Interesting.
game.
I sat there with my legs crossed, kicking ass, picking
Nice.
dirt.
That's not bad.
Oh, dude, it was a blast and a half.
Okay, we got a little LOTSO business we got to cover because the holidays are coming up.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season to take some time off. So this episode will be coming out on the week of, it's supposed to come out on Christmas Eve. I don't think that's going to happen.
It'll come out sometime around there.
Yeah, it might be a little late, might be a little early, might be a lot late. But then we're taking that week off, the normal week, so LOTSO will be back live on January 7th. Most likely, unless my wife's in labor. So LOTSO will be back on January 7th over at jupiterbroadcasting.com/live. We're generally live by 8 p.m. and the show typically starts by around 9.
Yeah.
Some off-the-cuff 2001 predictions.
2011?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we won't have a show before then. Well, maybe our first show in 2011 should be a prediction show.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna-
Nostradamus type of shit.
Yeah, that's going to be the first show of the year.
Our video games Crystal Ball. We'll
Yes.
do that. All right, cool.
Magic 8 Ball.
That'll be a
test.
good show to come back on. That'll be fun. I'll look forward to that. All right,
8 Ball.
guys. Well, since we won't see anybody beforehand, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you in 2011.
Thanks for listening to Legend of the Stoned Owl.
Legend of the Stoned Owl is produced over at jupiterbroadcasting.com. That's where you can find the show, subscribe, all those good things, leave us feedback, and also where you'll find us every 2 weeks. Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll see you in a fortnight.